Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In our last episode, we explored Chapter 3 of Handbook of Abhidhamma Studies, Volume 3, where we studied mental factors in depth. We saw how subtle qualities like attention, volition, and perception condition consciousness, how wholesome factors strengthen practice, and how unwholesome factors perpetuate suffering. Today we move into Chapter 4, Matter, Rūpa, and its conditional roles. In Volume 1, we learned that Rūpa is one of the four ultimate realities alongside consciousness, mental factors, and Nibbana. In Volume 2, we studied how matter is conditioned by kamma, consciousness, temperature, and nutriment. Now, in Volume 3, we explore Rūpa in greater detail. We'll examine kamma-produced and consciousness-produced matter. We'll discuss how physical phenomena are sustained by nutriment and temperature. We'll see the interdependence of mind and body in conditional terms. And we'll reinforce the insight that matter is impermanent and non-self. So if you've ever wondered, how does Buddhism explain the body? How does mind influence matter and matter influence mind? Why is matter impermanent and not self? This chapter will guide us. One cause of matter is kamma. Past actions produce physical results. For example, the body we inherit is conditioned by past kamma. Certain physical faculties, such as the sense organs, are kamma-produced rūpas. Examples include the eye faculty arising due to past kamma, the ear faculty arising due to past kamma, gender characteristics arising due to past kamma, the life faculty sustaining vitality. This shows that our physical existence is not random. It is conditioned by past actions. Kamma shapes the body, providing the basis for consciousness to arise. Another cause of matter is consciousness. Certain mental states generate physical phenomena. For example, intention leads to bodily gestures, thought leads to speech, strong emotions influence the body, joy brings energy, sadness brings heaviness. This is called citta-produced rūpa. Examples include raising your hand, conditioned by volition, speaking, conditioned by thought, trembling with fear conditioned by emotion. This shows the interaction between mind and body. Consciousness conditions matter, producing physical phenomena. Another cause of matter is temperature. Heat produces and sustains matter. This is called Utu-produced Rūpa. Examples include the warmth of the body conditioned by temperature, the growth of plants conditioned by sunlight, the transformation of food into energy conditioned by heat. Temperature is both external and internal. External heat, such as sunlight, conditions matter. Internal heat, such as body temperature, conditions matter. This shows that matter is not static. It is conditioned by physical forces like heat. The fourth cause of matter is nutriment. Food sustains the body. This is called ahara-produced rūpa. Examples include the strength of the body conditioned by food, the vitality of cells conditioned by nutrition, the growth of the body conditioned by sustenance. Without nutriment, the body cannot survive. This shows the dependence of matter on external support. So matter is conditioned by kamma, consciousness, temperature, and nutriment. These four causes sustain physical phenomena. Mind and body interact constantly. Mind influences body. Intention leads to action. Thought leads to speech. Emotion influences physiology. Body influences mind. The state of the body affects consciousness. Hunger influences mood. Illness influences thought. Fatigue influences attention. This interaction is explained by conditional relations. Consciousness conditioned mental states generate physical phenomena. Nutriment condition, food sustains both body and mind. temperature condition, heat influences both matter and consciousness. This shows the dynamic interplay of mind and matter. Neither exists independently, both are conditioned. One of the central insights of Abhidhamma is that matter is impermanent and non-self. Matter arises, persists briefly, and ceases. It is conditioned by causes. Without causes, it does not arise. This challenges our ordinary perception of solidity. We think the body is stable, but Abhidhamma shows that it is a stream of momentary rupas, arising and ceasing rapidly. This insight helps us reduce attachment to the body. We see it not as me or mine, but as conditioned matter, impermanent and not self. How does this help us in practice? When we meditate, we can observe the body as Rūpa. We can notice hardness, softness, warmth, movement. We can see these as elements, not as my body. This reduces clinging. It helps us realize that the body is just matter, conditioned and impermanent. For example, when pain arises, we can analyze it as the fire element manifesting as heat, or the air element manifesting as pressure. This perspective changes our relationship to pain. It becomes less personal, more objective. So, the study of matter in conditional roles is not just theory, it is a practical guide to seeing impermanence and non-self. Some critics say the analysis of matter is too complex. Why four causes? Isn't this over-analysis? But the purpose is precision. Just as a scientist studies atoms in detail, a meditator studies matter in detail. Another criticism is that it is too abstract, but in practice, even a basic understanding helps us see impermanence. We don't need to memorize all details. We just need to see that matter is conditioned. So, to conclude, Chapter 4 of Volume 3 explores matter in greater detail. We've examined karma-produced and consciousness-produced matter. We've discussed how physical phenomena are sustained by nutriment and temperature. We've seen the interdependence of mind and body in conditional terms, and we've reinforced the impermanence and non-self nature of matter. Most importantly, we've seen how this helps us in practice. By observing the body as conditioned matter, we reduce attachment, understand impermanence, and cultivate wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me in this deep dive into Chapter 4 of Handbook of Abhidhamma Studies, Volume 3. We've journeyed through the conditional roles of matter, seeing how kamma, consciousness, temperature, and nutriment sustain physical phenomena, and reflecting on the interdependence of mind and body. If you found this exploration helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who might be interested in Buddhist philosophy and meditation. In our next episode, we'll move into Chapter 5, where we revisit dependent origination, connecting conditional relations with the Buddha's teaching of Paticcasamuppada. Until then, may you be well, may you be peaceful, and may you continue your journey into wisdom.